KFM TVG, both Facebook and then YouTube. And of course, the number to send us your WhatsApp messages is 020-4527-482. 020-4527-482. So, like you heard in the intro, is Daniel Amomba, a military man, a boxer. He goes by the nickname Navrongo Boy. He's going to tell us more about his boxing career without wasting my time. Daniel, hope you're fine.
I'm doing good.
Yeah, should I salute instead of shaking the hands? Maybe I have to salute the army man in the scene. Anyway, yeah. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Enoch.
Navrongo Boy.
Yeah.
Why Navrongo Boy?
I took that nickname because I don't only represent myself, but I want to represent the whole of Ghana and the whole of my region where I'm coming from. More to be specific, that's Navrongo. That's one with the nickname Navrongo Boy.
Navrongo Boy. So he's my guest for tonight, boxer and military man as well. So those of you that saw the flyer on social media and got a lot of questions, during the course of the show, we will activate the phone lines and then you can speak to him and then ask. If you have any questions to ask, you ask him and then he'll answer it for you himself. But Jano, tell us more about your boxing career. Some are confused. Were you in the army, diverting to boxing? You were in the boxing, then went into the army, doing both at the same time. Which is which?
Well, I think I started boxing not quite long before joining the service.
Okay.
Because I used to be a street fighter and always trying to defend my rights and then defending people around me. So it was a fateful day when, let's say, one man at Kanta, that's where I based before going to join the service. He used to be one of the toughest men around there. So we took it upon ourselves to have a fight and then I defeated him. So through that, currently our, what do you call it, Asafache, his elder brother who came to me and said, no, with your strength, I think I have to take him to boxing. Because he used to be a former boxer. So I said, okay, then I'm ready. So he took me by himself, showing me stance and all that, the basics of boxing.
Okay.
So I went through his stance for basics before I was taken to bronze gym. That's Coach Kaloko's gym. By then there was one man, I think he's late, Oyibo, that's the name. He was the one I was handed over to help me.
Yeah.
So I was there for some.
So on your screen now, is Daniel Amomba. This was his first professional fight. That was against Abdallah. There was one guy called Abdallah at the Bukum Boxing Arena.
Yeah.
Was he part of the IMAS boxing promotion? Something?
Yeah.
So this was your first professional fight. How was the feeling like for you?
Wow, that feeling was exceptional. It was different from now because I told myself, hey Charlie, this is my first professional fight and I'm going to be on the set. My mother will be watching, my friends and family will be watching. So I told myself, how am I going to make it out there? Because if I lose, I might not be able to continue with boxing. So I have to put on all courages and then efforts into this. So I told myself, look, I have to stop this guy round one before boxing will make me feel different. So that was the feeling that I had.
So was pressure on you?
A lot of pressure.
Pressure, yeah.
There is one thing I always tell myself. The journey I want to always trade on is not an easy one. So no matter the pressure, I have to be able to withstand it and then penetrate through.
Yeah, so during the fight or before the fight preparation, how was preparation like for you? Because this, like you said, this was your first professional fight. How was preparation and everything like for you?
Wow, that was my first time of making weight.
Okay.
Because that was water weight, 67 kg. So that was my first time of making weight. And it wasn't easy for me at all. Because I could see I was trying everything. If I should go on road, before I come back, sometimes I just have to ignore food because if I have to eat, I will increase my weight again. So it took me a lot of pain and then stress to be able to make these fights come true.
And you won By TKO or the unanimous decision? Tell them more about the fight.
Actually, it was round 2.
Round 2.
That I won this fight, and it was by TKO.
Did that surprise you? Like you said, it was your first professional fight.
It actually didn't surprise me much like that, because in the round 1, I was not expecting what I had from the ring, because I was expecting it to be so tough for me. But I noticed from the round 1, I noticed that then I can be able to do it in the round 2. So that was where, when I came to the ringside, my coach told me, look, you have to stop him very early to be able to make yourself proud and motivate yourself to be able to move on the journey of professional boxing. So it was tough, but I was able to make it.
And the experience?
The experience, let me say, it wasn't easy at all. It wasn't easy, because looking at the crowd there, it wasn't easy for me. This is my first time, not just my first time being in a crowd or to see myself in the midst of crowd, but this is my first time to see myself in the midst of crowd fighting. So I think it wasn't easy for me based on the crowd, and then looking at the people, the people there.
Yeah.
Yes, Azuma Nelson was there. He was present there, and then after the fight, the ring announcer asked me, "Is it because of Azuma?"
I watched that.
I told him yes. I'm proud because at least when I was a kid, I've been hearing of his name, Azuma Nelson. Some even say he's from the north. So I've always been telling myself, if he is from the north and he can do it, then fine, I can also make it. So my first professional fight and seeing him there, it was wonderful for me. That experience alone, I felt very happy, because at least the man I've always been talking about, hearing of, today is also watching me in the ring to fight. So I was very happy and proud of myself.
I learned there were a lot of Navrongo fans as well around.
Wow, there were many there, because that was my first time, and then my first time to also represent Navrongo there. That was the reason why I came with the name Navrongo Boy, because they were the people I watched, and I have to come with that nickname. I watched them and I noticed, they love boxing. Just that we, the people from the north, we don't have what it takes to come up with boxing. But we have the strength and the resilience to be able to go through when it happens to be boxing. We have the strength, we have everything. But we don't have that which it takes to get there. So me seeing myself there, seeing them around me, I felt it was a great day for me, seeing them around.
What would you say boxing has taught you?
Boxing has taught me a lot. Boxing has really humbled me, because at first, I used to be that guy. If you insult me or say something, look, I wouldn't spare you at all.
You retaliate.
I'll retaliate with immediate effects, without even thinking twice. But boxing has taught me that if you are strong, you can make use of your strength and then become somebody in the future. It is no more something that you have to fight on the street. If you win stuff, you won't get anything. It might even lead you to problem.
Yeah.
So if I'm in the ring fighting, and that would even bring something better to me, and even make me known to my people and make my family proud. Why don't I be in the ring rather than fighting outside? So boxing has taught me a lot and also humbled me in life.
Okay, Omar Sharif says he's watching the show live on Facebook, and he's asking the difference between boxing training and then military training.
Wow, there is a whole lot of differences. There is a whole lot of differences.
I was expecting this question from Omar.
Boxing, they don't force you in boxing to do what you have to do.
Okay.
You know that this is something that I have to do. It's something I said I would do. So since you want to do it, you are not forced to do it. You do it out of your, your own will.
Okay.
And that is what is going to help you. But when it comes to military training, look, you are forced to do it. At times you would feel like dying, but they will tell you won't die. Wow. They will still force you to do it. If I want to tell my experiences in...
Yeah, no, you have to tell us. You have to. You have to. You have to tell us.
It's not easy. It's not easy. But I love and I'm proud being a military officer. I'm really proud to be a military officer, because military has also given me the exposure and that kind of braveness to be able to move around and then see myself everywhere I go, being happy about myself and proud of my family. Because when I went to training center, it wasn't easy at all. My first 3 months, I felt like leaving the training school.
What made it not easy?
It's not easy, oh. You see the way sometimes I always say civilians, we are always begging you people. The way sometimes some of our civilian brothers and sisters don't even respect military people, officers, or even police officers. Sometimes I feel bad. So due to that, sometimes me For instance, when I see a civilian trying to exchange words to me, I always laugh inside of me because at the end of it, you know what you are aiming at. You want to get that fame that a military person has done something to you. But looking at it, it wasn't easy at all. Even what to eat over there. But we made it.
Yeah.
We thank God.
No, you have to tell us more. You have to tell us more because it's still not sinking in. I just want to understand. Maybe I want to stop the media job. I want to go into military.
Oh well, you know, military is something people nowadays consider it as a job, but I see it as a service.
Okay.
Sometimes I tell people that I entered military because I loved military. When I see them outside, I always tell myself, look, I love this service. I have to be in it. Military is not a job. If you want to be in a job, then I think going into military is the wrong place because I believe we are all Ghanaians, and military is there to defend Ghanaians both internally and external.
Yeah.
So if you are willing to go to the military, like you said, you want to quit your job, I would advise you, if it is based on job and based on what you feel, then I think you should.
No, from what you said, the experience, I want to experience.
Oh, from the experience, if you also want to go and experience, it's very good. You can do it. I always tell myself that there is nothing that I can't do in this world. If I start it alone, I'll be able to make it. But if I don't start, that means that I don't want it. That's why. But if you want something, I believe if you start it, you can be able to do it. No, it doesn't matter the experience.
What's the toughest training you've experienced in the military?
Wow, I train in the jungle warfare. That's a chance. It's not an easy place to be.
No, you keep saying it's not easy, but you just don't want to go into details. I want to understand.
You know,
or you guys are prohibited from saying certain things on TV.
Oh, yes.
If that's the case, then I understand.
Yes, you know, there are certain things that, well, maybe I might say them to you and then your desire to come in.
No, let me know.
Oh.
Once you guys are allowed to say it on outside, it's not.
But it's not everything that we are allowed to say.
Yeah, but what we are allowed to say.
Based on the experience, like what I've just told you, it's not easy place to be. It's a tough place to be. But I would say, based on my experience, what I had there, that made me to say it's a toughest place to be. Maybe to you, it might be an easiest place to be, based on the training. There are people who have been training home before going to the military training too. So sometimes it makes it easier for them. But those who have not been trained and then you go there, that's where we feel it to be very tough for us.
Okay, so for our viewers who were asking the question as to whether you are still in the military, you are now a professional boxer, are you still doing both at the same time? Clarify that for us.
Yeah, I'm still in the military. I've been in the military almost 6 years now. And I'm still in the military at the same time doing my professional boxing.
It's not tough?
Well, it's
military
tough.
And boxing at the same time.
It's tough.
Two tough jobs.
It's tough. Sometimes, you know, the military is such a way that it's not an easy task to go through. Because sometimes when you are in the military, you are not there on your own. Everything is being decided for. So sometimes you would want to do certain things on your own, but you can't do them. Just the same thing as the boxing. You don't have rest because boxing training is not that easy. If only you want to become one of the world beaters or the world champions, you don't have to be reluctant. Every day you train in the morning and afternoon and combine it with the military activity. So it's not easy, but we thank God. Once we've made our mind that we have to do it, we are still in it, and with the help of God, we are being able to psych ourselves and then go through.
I want to ask this question and you tell me whether it's true or not. Okay. There are some who have this perspective that once you're a military man, there's you guys feel different from the ordinary man. I mean, when walking on the street, you feel like you're extraordinary.
You know, based on God, we are all the same. But when it comes to certain things, I might look extraordinary compared to the ordinary man.
Okay, in terms of
let's say
self-defense.
For instance, there are certain things that, you know, I might be security conscious, unlike the ordinary person. There are certain things we might all be working that I might see and think it's so dangerous, and then you might feel it's something that I can go through it. So that makes us sometimes being extraordinary from the ordinary people.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's what I wanted to be clear to clarify. But let's have the picture where he's in the military attire, and let's confirm it. Because I know of some boxers who say they are military, but they are not into the military. And I don't want to mention it, but anyway. Well, let's have that picture to confirm it that Daniel is really a military man. He's not just saying it here. So in the boxing now, what is the target? What do you want to achieve now? Because like you're saying, it's something that you want to take as a profession. You want to take it to the next level. What's the plan for you now? Once we will have that picture on our screen.
Well, I keep saying I'm one of the emotional type of.
Yeah.
I'm one of the emotional type of person. Like, I would say I really want to make myself proud when it comes to boxing.
Yeah.
I want to also achieve what others have achieved in boxing, especially Ghanaians like Azuma Nelson, DK Poison, Joshua Colte, and all the rest. I want to one day also be like them and also reach where they've reached, and if possible, go far beyond where they have gotten to. But you know, boxing is one thing that you would need a manager to be able to do all these things. You would need a manager to be able to do all these things. Because sometimes you go train in the morning, you come back, what to eat. Sometimes, for instance, I am a military personnel. That's why maybe I can manage what I've been paid to feed myself and then go through a whole lot of things. Sometimes some of the, equipment and then even the materials that you would need for training. It's not easy to acquire them. They are very expensive out there. Sometimes we make sacrifices to be able to go through that. But what of my other brothers or my colleagues who are not working? What would they do? Without a manager, it's not easy. For instance, I'm seated here. I don't have a manager.
Oh, wow.
I don't have a manager. And I've always been praying that one day somebody would see what is in me and also come close to me and say, look, I want to work with you. I've always been telling myself, it's not about what you give me, but it's about what I would give out to my country. Because whatever you give me today wouldn't bring any impact to me. I'm not thinking about today's feeding. I'm thinking about tomorrow, what I would do to also make myself proud. And the reason why I say I'm a very emotional type of person is because Navrongo is a place where I think if you mention my father's name, those from Navrongo will know him very well. He has really done a lot of great things there. And I've always told myself, that name, he's late though. He's late.
Oh, your dad is late.
Since 2003, it's not easy.
Oh, it's not.
It's been almost 22 years now.
Yeah, and the memory still feels fresh.
It still feels fresh because he's a great man, and I would have loved to see me today.
Yeah.
At where I am and where I've reached, but all that aside, I want to still keep that name still living. I don't want that name to be buried, and that is the reason why I've always told myself, I'm not just doing it for myself, but I'm doing it for my country, Ghana, my region, and then Navrongo to be specific. I want them to know that name is not going to be buried. That name is still going to live forever. And wherever my dad is, will be proud that I'm still keeping that legacy and keeping his name strong.
I see from the mention of his name, you're getting emotional. I see from your face. Anyway, so this is a fight with one boxer. I don't know if it's a champion or something.
Yeah,
and there was a lot of talks on social media that this fight was more of a concert fight.
A mismatch.
Because exactly. No, not even that. The way the guy was handling himself in the ring, just falling onto the ground without a punch. I don't know if you saw it. I think producer would take it to where I'm trying to talk about.
Yeah.
He used to just get to the ground without even a punch.
Well, people see it out there like that.
Oh, okay.
But in the ring, it's never like that. I can boldly say, when it comes to my weight category, if you're talking about one of the power punches, I'm part of it. Yeah. And not even only my weight category, but Ghanaian boxers so far, currently the boxers we're having. If you're talking about power punches or hitters, I'm also part of it. He had a first shot from me, and that made him scared and making him to go off by himself because he was scared to take the rest of the punches that are coming.
Yeah, because he just kept just kept running.
I equally felt disappointed in this fight because I'd wanted him to give me a tough fight to be.
But it feels like a mismatch because looking at the body size, I don't know of his weight, but it looks like complete mismatch. I don't know. Maybe Daniel will help.
That's why I said in my first fight, that was the first time I'm making a weight, and it's not easy to make a weight. It's not easy. It's not easy. Those who know what I'm talking about, it's not easy to make weight. Currently, as I'm sitting, if I tell you my weight, you won't believe it. But if I'm going to fight, sometimes it takes me about 10 kg out of my body, or 8, 12 kgs before I go for fight. Sometimes it takes me that.
10?
Yeah, it takes me like 10 kg out of my body to go in for the fight with my opponent.
Wow.
So it's not easy.
Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, this is where I was talking about. This one was without a punch. Yeah. There was no punch landed on him.
That's why I said the earlier punch was what scared him. Because sometimes, imagine if you're going to face your enemy and then you go to his territory and then you see him raising machetes and the rest and you are not having anything. What will you do? You will feel scared. Yeah. You can talk and shout, but when he's coming, you run away. Yeah. That is how it is. Yeah. I think that's what's happened to him in this fight.
Your record is 10 professional fights, 9 by KO, if I'm right.
Yeah.
And then one defeat. The defeat was against?
Aminu Kwashi.
Okay. How was that for you?
Well, like I said, the weight was one of my problem. And I would say that was the primary, problem that I had against myself. Because I took the fight within some short notice. But I knew very well Aminu wasn't a boxer who could have, stop me or even defeat me. So I believed I could have taken the fight. But then making the weight was what I had the issues with, where I had the issues. Because it was just 1 week, 3 days to do that weight. And I was weighing like 76 and I have to do 67 kg to fight. Wow. So it wasn't easy at all. I have to even fast 2 days before the fight. So I think that was the reason why. Even if you watch that fight very well, round 1, round 2, I was leading Aminu. It was round 3, and when you're fighting too, you dehydrate. So you lose weight too there. So that was where I felt like I was feeling, weak. So round 4, I have to stop the fight by myself because being a professional, you have to take these things into consideration. Boxing is not an easy task. It's one of the difficult, sports you can talk of in the world. So when we got to round 4, I told myself, look, we go and come back again. So let me withdraw and then come back again.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But I called him for a refight.
Okay. What was the response?
I called him for a refight. I told his coach and all of his management. I told them, look, I want him a refight, but this time I'm not 67 kg. Let's make it super water because that's where he's being rated and that's where I'm also being rated. So let's go for it, super water. And he was the number 2. I think by then I was number 4.
Okay.
On that weight category. So I told him, let's go for a refight. I changed them and asked him for that weight category, which is 69.9 kg. So I said it, but they refused because they were still talking about 67 kg weight because they knew it was the weight that defeated me. His coach is aware. So through that, he said he won't come. He said he won't come for that fight. And today, I can boldly say he's still calling for that fight now.
Okay.
He's calling for that fight. But I'm still demanding for us to fight that weight, but yet still they are refusing.
Right.
So that tells you that it wasn't what people thought it was.
So you feel if he comes to the weight that you are talking about, you are ready for him?
I'm ready for him at any time.
Yeah. What's the name again? You know me, I love to make the headlines.
Aminu Kwashi.
So you are calling Aminu Kwashi out. If he wants to make the weight you're talking about, you are ready for him.
I'm ready for him if he wants to come to that weight.
Well, you can look in one of the camera and you whatever you have to say, you tell him. Yeah.
Aminu, as you know,
Yeah.
You know, I'm a strong guy. Even after the fight, he came to even congratulate me and said he was even scared of me. Yes, he was even scared of me. He told me very well that he was scared of me. And I've called you several times, met you one-on-one, spoken to your coach, your head coach, Coach Akai. Coach Akai is aware. I've been chatting him personally, telling him that, look, I want your guy for a rematch. Coach Akai said, no, he won't come. He has always been running away from me. But I want to tell you, Aminu, if you have a good promoter who is willing to promote this fight, come on, my boy, I'm ready for you. I would always stop you at any time. You know, this time around, you will not escape from this. I'm ready to take that revenge. And this time around, even the round 4, you won't reach there. Trust me. Aminu, I have prepared well for you, not today. So anytime, even whether today, tomorrow, I'm ready for your fight. I am ready for you, Aminu. Trust me, this time around, I will make you useless in boxing, and I'll stop you from partaking in professional boxing.
Yeah, really?
Sure.
You mean your words?
I mean my words.
Yeah. So Aminu, Daniel is calling you. He wants to devour you like how Daniel did in the Lions. Hey, Anyway, we'll see if Avino managers who, but like you were saying right now you have no manager now.
Yeah.
So Daniel is looking forward to a manager, someone who can manage him in his boxing. But if you don't have a manager, how does your fight, like I don't know how to put it, but your fights, who organize your fight? Because it's strange that you don't have a manager, but you still having a couple of fights.
Yes, that's the love and the passion that I have for boxing.
Yeah.
That's to tell you how much I am willing to make myself proud and also make Ghanaian proud and my family and Navrongo as a whole.
Yeah, I saw a picture of you and what's his name, Freezy McBones.
Yeah.
Freezy McBones or
Freezy McBones.
Yeah. Let's have it quickly. Producer tells my time. How is he in person?
Oh, he's a free and let's say a quiet type of guy, but he's very strong. I can say I had a sparring section with him.
Okay.
6-round sparring section with him, and he noticed I wasn't easy like that. If I want to fight within my weight category, I'm not easy like that.
Okay. So that's
that's easy. Yeah, he's one of the guys. I still chat with him. We talk.
So the way we see him in the ring, that's how he is in.
He's very aggressive. I can tell anyone who wants to fight him. This guy is very aggressive. I'm telling you, he's not an easy boxer to talk. And now I want to prove Ghanaians wrong and the boxing profession wrong that this guy is now being polished very well. If you think you can get him the way you saw him previously, no, it's a lie.
It's a lie.
It's a lie. It's a lie.
Well, producer tells me my time is up. But Daniel, you have got final words to say. Viewers, your fans, lovers, anybody out there, and then we check out of the studios. And if maybe there is something you want to touch on that I haven't asked.
Okay. I want to thank everyone out there, and I also want to thank the boxing leaders, GBA, for always making these sports one of the most interesting sports in Ghana. I also want to thank my family, Upper East, or I want to call on people from the Upper East that, please, I am your boy from Upper East. My name is Daniel Amomba, and I believe very well if I should have a manager, I can be able to go far. So far, I have 10 fights, 9 wins, 1 lose, and I still believe I can be able to get to wherever I want to get to. I want to take titles for myself, my country, and then Navrongo as a whole. Please, people from Navrongo, lovers of boxing, I want to call on you all that you should come and support me. Help me out. I want to become one of the champions in Ghana and also make my region proud. So please, I beg you all, come out and support me. I love you all, and thanks for being awake and staying awake to watch me speak to you.
Lastly, something in Navrongo. Your language in Navrongo. Something quickly.
Navania Makali, ake Navania Pele, ake Mayrope, Aturi Parli, ake MP, Tinamamali, ake Amaledani, Anajiga, Abu, Anyani, Abadon, Daniel, Amomba, ake Amali, Alurati, Nepana, say Awulani, Alawule, Wanasaba Wilni, Awuraka boxing, and Alasa Jaboxa Yiga, so Panasawula, ake Amali.
Now good. I know that's not bad,
but I still speak Hausa.
Yeah, so now good. That's it. Thank you very much, and I wish you the very best.
Thank you. Too.
This is not surely not going to be our last interview. Surely.
Yes, I know.
When there's anything trending about you, you just hit me up. Daniel is my man. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching the show. Let me do a quick naming ceremony. Notice that this one says the families of Muniru and Okansi kindly invite you to their Little Blessing naming ceremony on 12th April 2025. That's tomorrow at the Accra Newtown Rainbow Church. Time 6 a.m. To 8 a.m. morning section. After party 2 p.m. To 6 p.m. So that's the latest. So my name is Enoch Kofi Adadevoh. Thanks to Daniel Amomba for passing through. Thanks very much for your messages. Like I always say, you say a prayer for yourself. Always remember to say one for your brother. Enjoy the rest of our programs, and good night.